For as long as she could remember, music was always a huge part of her life. From adoring fans to bright lights, cameras to red carpets, it never seemed enough. There was always something that wasn't quite right. Allah was what was missing. This is my next record.
My truth when I was young was music. I could not live my life without music. I felt like there are times where I would just cry to myself, and I think to myself, like, why am I crying? Like, I have everything in life, you know? But there was an emptiness inside my heart, even though my truth was that it was just, you know, the culture that I was living. It was me. The truth was just, it was just that, you know? I didn't, Islam, the truth of Islam, my fitrah was not, it was blurred. It was very blurred when I was young. So my truth was that, like, just me as an artist portraying to be this, you know, this person in this music industry. And that was me, that was me. That was who I was trying to be. I was trying to portray myself, build myself that way. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Alhamdulillah. I wanted to ask you just a couple of questions about finding our purpose in life. And the one thing that I've learned is that our main purpose is to strive for Jannah. And but sometimes, you know, I find it quite, not say difficult, but I want to know, how do we get to a place where our sole purpose is to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Because at times, and many times, we can get very distracted.
It's one of those balancing acts. It's a really difficult thing. You know, on one hand, the Prophet ﷺ tells us that this dunya is hulwatun khadra. It's a beautiful green place. It's full of amusement and joy and happiness. And the pursuit of success in it sometimes overcomes our short-sightedness of seeing the next day. And that's why Allah always tells us, وَلْتَنْظُرْ نَفْسٌ مَا قَدَّمَتْ لَغَدٍ. Look towards tomorrow, don't look towards today. So that balance is something that has always been a great challenge for us as Muslims. There's 4 things that affect us. And the ulama, Imam Ahmad, he said in a poem, he said, الدنيا ونفسي والشيطان والهوى. So those are the 4 things that we can't compromise on. Okay. We can't let our inner dialogue, our inner soul, keep us away from doing good. Sometimes it's through cowardice, so we got to be more brave. Sometimes, you know, there's something that we can do. Oh, should I go to Hajj? But if I go to Hajj, then I don't have savings, and I wanted to get married with that money. And then your inner dialogue, it makes you so afraid of losing something from the dunya, that's something that is an obligation. So the thing that holds you back is that fear, that cowardice of losing something from the dunya. So overcome that inner dialogue, that we must be more brave. الشيطان لكم عدو فاتخذوه عدوا. Allah says, treat him as an enemy. How do you treat an enemy? It's someone you keep at a distance. It's someone you put boundaries and borders from them. It's someone you don't follow their leanings or footsteps. You don't even come near them. And a friend of an enemy can't really be your friend, can't be really trusted. So لا تتخذوهم أولياء. Don't make those who have given their life in a shaitanic pursuit to be the ones you rely on in life. The third is the beauty of the dunya. It's halal and it's good, but its excess is desensitizing to the needs and the blending of needs and wants. And sometimes, you know, you'll talk about something that you want as if it's something you need. What does that mean? And you can save yourself from Jahannam with a cup of coffee. You know, if you buy 3 cups a day or 2 cups a day, and you say, no, I'm going to buy just 2, and that other cup of coffee, I'm going to give it to, you know, charity. You save yourself with something that small. It's something that is insignificant. And that's how the Sahaba used to look at things. That's the meaning of the hadith where the Prophet would say, you can save yourself from Jahannam with half of a date. بِشِقِّ tamra. It's not even a whole date. It's not even a whole cup of coffee. Even the money of half a cup of coffee can be the matter of life and death in the next life. So the fourth thing is, you know, so the dunya, your soul, the shaitan, and our base desires. You know, shahwa is one of the two reasons why we do the things that we do and the sins that we commit. There's only two types of categories of sin. One category is related to the doubts, and the second is shahwa. The problem really is that a person has made a choice in their dissatisfaction with what they have. I want more, and I'm going to take it even if I know it's the wrong way to take it, and that's unacceptable. Assalamu alaikum everyone, it's good to have you all here, alhamdulillah. Look, I think it's always good to remind each other of different things, and the Prophet ﷺ, he receives in the Quran the command, فَذَكِّرْ, remind them, always remind each other. الذِّكْرَى تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ, because the reminder benefits those who have belief. Those who believe are the ones who benefit from hearing it more than one time. And anytime you hear something you already know and it's like, oh, I already know this, it's about something that relates to your iman that is incorrect, because the more you hear of the simple things, the more it should strengthen your faith. And really one of the things that I wanted to speak to you a little bit about today for just a couple of minutes is about our purpose. And that question has always been asked, why am I here? And even if you don't ask it consciously, you ask it subconsciously, and even if it's not subconsciously, in the deeds and in the ways that we act in life, we ask it. So when we talk about the purpose of life, it's to look at life in that most generic, general perspective, that it's everything Allah wants us, that He loves of us to do, whether it's something, just a belief in your heart about someone. You took optimism and you filled it, someone who's having that, and you gave them optimism. Oh, don't worry, inshallah, things will get better. And the only reason they felt better was because you shared a kind word or an exchange with them. Or it could be that you did something physical or something tangible, financial. Or it could just be that a word of kindness that you said. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to achieve that purpose. I leave you with this hadith of the Prophet ﷺ where he said, خَيْرُكُمْ أَنْفَعَكُمْ لِلنَّاسِ. The best of you, O human beings, O Muslims, is the one who is best in serving others. That's profound. Like, what's your purpose? It's right there. The best of you is the best in caring, healing, helping, serving, protecting, enriching the life of others. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us of them. Allahumma ameen. If you think of the people who are really meaningful to you, they will have that quality. The people you really love and respect, they will be those who've done good things, not just for you and not just because they were obligated, but because it was the right thing to do, and they were generous in their spirit to share it with you. May Allah bless us, Ya Rabbi.